I used to think it was impossible to stay motivated to work out regularly, but including today, I've exercised every single day for 202 days in a row. I'm in my late 30s, but thanks to that consistency, I'm in the best shape of my life. I have more muscle, less fat, more energy, and less stress than I've ever had. But here's the best part. I barely had to motivate myself to make it happen. In fact, it actually takes way less motivation and willpower than you think to build a consistent exercise habit. Imagine if working out was just another part of your daily routine, like brushing your teeth or taking a shower. Well, after watching this video, it can be. And even if you don't do either of those things, you can still exercise regularly. But if you do though, please shower afterwards. I'm Zane, a primary care doctor focused on preventing diseases naturally. And in this video, I'll share 10 life hacks that can help you build a consistent exercise habit with barely any motivation, so that in just a few weeks from now, you could find yourself leaner, more energetic, and less stressed, and keep it that way. A few of the hacks we'll talk about in this video were inspired by the book Atomic Habits by James Clear, and I recommend this book to a lot of my patients who are looking to build healthier habits like eating better or exercising more consistently. The first 9 hacks in this video have no doubt been game changers for me, and part of the reason why is that they made it so much easier to implement the very last one that we'll talk about, which, to me, happens to be the most important one. So keep watching to make losing weight, building strength and endurance, and preventing disease into a habit that feels like second nature. So let's get started. If you like doing something, you're way more likely to stick with it long term. Whether it's the competition or camaraderie in team sports, or the thrill of rock climbing, or the muscle pump from lifting weights, start off by doing what you want to do. Doing a mix of activities is a great way to help you find what you like the most. And it can also prevent you from getting bored of doing the same thing over and over again, and can even help with recovery. For example, I do yoga on certain days, which gives me a break from cardio and weights, and it helps relieve stress too. Start small. Give yourself a break, because what's better than no exercise? Anything. Start with small, achievable goals. This was a huge mind shift for me. I'd always think, what's the point of walking for 5 minutes? Because it'll barely move the needle when it comes to burning calories or overall fitness, right? Wrong. Because what I completely missed was that small goals are the foundation for huge changes in the future. Larger goals in the beginning can be overwhelming and demotivating, but small goals, they can give you quick and easy wins that you can use to build momentum and help you achieve bigger goals that at first may seem unreachable. One of the reasons I hated running when I was younger was because in the gym, I was forced to my limits. I was breathing really hard and having muscle cramps and just feeling terrible. But now I love running. And the reason why is because I ramped up slowly. I would run right up until the point right before it got super difficult, and then walked, and then started running again when I recovered. Small and easy actions are the seeds that grow long-term habits. Einstein said that compound interest is like the 8th wonder of the world. Small wins are the same. They compound into huge accomplishments. So start small, and over time you could increase the duration of exercise, the intensity of the workouts, or the complexity if you wanted. More than likely, the wins will be addictive, and you'll naturally want to level up your workouts. As I got into better shape, I started doing more things that I never thought I would do, like run a 10-mile race and survive it. For example, you could even start with 5 minutes of a simple exercise every day. Some push-ups and squats in the morning, a short walk during lunchtime, or a little bit of yoga before going to bed. Something that's easy to follow and doesn't require a lot of preparation. Which brings us to our next principle, keeping it simple. You don't really need a lot of fancy equipment to exercise. If you have a Peloton, dumbbells, or a bench, that's great. Use it. But expensive equipment is not necessary. A few key pieces like a yoga mat, couple of dumbbells, resistance bands, or even a jump rope can go a long way. A pair of good shoes is usually the only necessary equipment for walking or running. The simpler it is to use, the easier it'll be to get your workout started. But really, you don't need any special equipment to exercise at all. For example, a chair is great to use for tricep dips, step-ups, and decline push-ups. A towel on a hard floor can take the place of an ab roller, things like that. And for the hardcore minimalists out there, like Matt Diavella, bodyweight exercises like push-ups don't require any equipment at all and can be extremely effective in improving your fitness. So don't let equipment be another barrier to exercising, and just use what you got. Seeking out convenience is human nature, and we can use this to our advantage with number 4, making exercise as convenient as possible. One way is to cut the time and distance between you and the workout. For example, some people will drive halfway across town for the cheapest gas price. Most of us just stop at the nearest gas station that's 2 cents higher per gallon because it's more convenient. This is the same reason that a lot of us munch on food when it's just sitting there, adding unnecessary pounds to our waistlines. One of the main reasons that I go to the gym so much is because it's right across the street. It may not be that close for everyone, but think about how else you could make it convenient to work out. If you're going to a facility like a standard gym, a climbing gym, or a pool, cut the time it takes to get you there by finding one that's much closer or has a route with way less traffic or is on your way to work. If it's not out of the way, it's way easier to be more consistent. If you're like me and a little crazy and you want to exercise before work, find a gym that has a shower so you can get ready and then go directly to work. As a bonus, you'll save on your water bill. Just remember to wear shower sandals. Gross. If you prefer to exercise at home, the most convenient option, setting up a dedicated workout space can make it easier to remember to exercise and provide some focus while you're there. If you're tight on space, you could set up a small home gym in the corner of a room that you don't use that often, and a garage can be a convenient option if you don't have a lot of space inside your home. Number 5, outsource your motivation. Some people find that they don't need as much motivation to work out if they work out with other people. You could maintain accountability with a workout partner or join a fitness class. In fact, just having an instructor can be enough for some people to commit to exercise. Plus, then you don't need to design an exercise. It's provided for you. You also get some support from other people and even a little competition if that's your thing. Plus, you can make friends that literally have the same interests and goals as you, which makes working out more enjoyable and makes you actually look forward to going to the class. Outsource your fitness plan. Why spend time planning the exercises you're actually going to do when you can outsource that too? Having a fitness instructor is a great way to outsource your fitness plan, but there are some other ways to do it too. Online workouts, including free ones on YouTube, are widely available. Just make sure they're from a reliable source like Jeff Nippert or Adrian or somebody. And there are paid subscriptions for online workout programs that might provide more instruction than the free ones to let you think even less about planning your workout. Apple Fitness Plus on the iPhone has lots of different kinds of workouts, and it can play on your iPad and your Apple TV as well if you've got one. What's cool though is that it syncs with your Apple Watch. I go to a gym, but I do yoga at home. Personally, I use the Glow app and I love it. Also, you could get a personal trainer, whether in person or even over video. Cut the number of steps by prepping. Preparation can go a long way by cutting the number of steps needed right before you start a workout, which is kind of like another way of making exercising easier. Keeping your gear ready cuts down on all the steps you need to take to start your workout. If you drive to the gym, you could even keep a bag of your clothes, your shoes, and other gear in your car. If you're working out at home, keep whatever equipment you use like dumbbells or a yoga mat out and ready to go. You can combine step minimization with another trick we'll talk about real soon to make it extra easy to start your workout for the day. So now that we have ways to make exercise simpler and less of a chore, the next step is to prompt yourself to exercise. If you're reminded to exercise and it's easy, then you'll go from having the motivation to exercise to actually exercising, even if the motivation is short-lived. One of the best ways to do this is to use visual reminders. Think about it. How often has something caught your eye and taken over your attention, distracting you from what you were doing? We can take advantage of that with these next 2 hacks. Embed cues into your physical environment to keep reminders all around you. We spend a lot of time in the same rooms like our offices, our bedrooms, and our bathrooms. Might as well use all that time to reinforce the idea, the motivation, and the benefits of exercise. For example, you can put up visual imagery that motivates and reminds you of your goals, like photos, quotes, or situations that you want to be healthier for, like a wedding next season or your kid's graduation in 10 years. Number 9, use screen time to your advantage. Schedule workouts into your calendar. We're always looking at our phones anyway, so why not use that screen real estate to remind us about exercise? I literally schedule my gym sessions in my calendar, and even though the plan might change a little, it's there, blocked off, and planned for, and I get a reminder every time I look at my calendar. If you get distracted or are terrible with time management like me, you could even set reminders. And there are exercise and fitness influencers on social media And as long as it doesn't become toxic by making you feel bad about yourself or endorsing harmful habits, you could consider following them for motivation to get out and exercise too. Make the act of exercising automatic. All the principles we just went over are really just ways to get this one thing to happen. Cultivating a habit to exercise and making it automatic. We all have bad habits that are so hard to break because they become routine, so we know that habits can be extremely powerful. Whether they're good or bad, habits build over time through the repetition of specific actions. To substantially lower the amount of motivation needed to exercise, the key is to show up consistently and not even worry about how effective or intense the workout's gonna be. And that's why the small steps that we talked about at the beginning of the video are so powerful. Doing a 5-minute workout every day builds a habit, and it starts to become second nature, because just showing up is way more important than the outcome of a single workout. At first, showing up is the hard part, but doing it over and over again is what makes it second nature, and that's why you start with low standards for the exercising itself. What worked for me was setting a specific time every day to exercise and stick to it. For me, it's easier to get my workout out of the way in the morning so that I don't have to rely on motivation that I know is going to diminish as the day progresses. Some people are the opposite. They like exercising after work to process the mental stress that builds up throughout the day, which totally makes sense. And this compounding effort ends up becoming automatic, and you're way more likely to do it without having to push yourself as hard. I keep this in mind when I don't have a ton of time to work out, like if I wake up late like I did a couple of days ago. I try to do something even when I don't feel like it, just to keep the habit going and get some sense of accomplishment, which continues the momentum. So like if I'm tired at 5:30 in the morning or wake up half an hour past my alarm, I'll still do something like a short run or a quick yoga session. A lot of times I get a great workout anyway, but I don't necessarily expect it when I start the workout. I only focus on just showing up. Huge accomplishments are often the culmination of a lot of small steps. Building the habit is key, and the best way to do that is to make it as easy as possible to take those small steps. Then, the more you repeat those small steps, the more likely they are to become a strong habit and allow you to progress to include more intense and longer workouts that you'll actually enjoy doing. So try not to feel bad about not having enough motivation. It's hard to conjure up that much willpower most of the time. So I hope you make use of the tricks in this video to minimize the amount of effort needed to get out and exercise. And I hope they've inspired you to come up with your own tricks as well. Just remember, it's all about taking baby steps. Just start by focusing on showing up for something that you enjoy doing and setting small and achievable goals. And if you're trying to exercise more, you're probably also interested in maintaining a healthy weight. So check out this video I made on how I lost 40 pounds in less than a year without actually exercising. See you in the next one. Peace.